On tonight's episode, we got the AX24 by Axial Adventures. So, let's take a look. Tonight we're going to just dive inside and see what all is in the box. I have got a slight disclaimer. I will show you. I have had it out. I have not ran it, but there was snow falling and I had to, well, get the right pictures at the right time, and you never know when it's going to happen. But as soon as the delivery guy delivered everything, well, we had to take advantage. Boy, this thing is locked in here. And I've already had it out. There you have it. Right out of the box, you can tell. She's still clean. No mud on the tires. Let's just take a minute and admire it. So, right out of the bat, I noticed you got your four-wheel steering, got your oversized tires. They're going the distance, putting in the boat sliders as well. So, in my opinion, if I was to say Axial was listening, I'd say they hit it on the park. If they're following any of the groups, man, in my opinion, if you take a look, you have a few things becoming very hot commodities. Rear steer, boat sliders. That's well, and it's very subject to opinion, but a lot of people like long travel shocks. I mean, guys, they're putting it all out there. This thing has an insane amount of flex. Well, you get the steering set right, that thing will probably hold itself. A little bit of brass would probably go a long ways. I will say I didn't order any brass for this one. I wanted to just get it and, well, see what it's all about. So it is pretty cool. I will say it's a little bit flimsy on the top. Probably some due to the shocks, but this thing is pretty cool for what it is, I will say. I like it. Actually, I like the rear steer coming in. Well, before we dive any further into this, let's jump in and see what all is actually in the box. Gotta get that the rest of the way off of there. Out of the way. So, you're gonna have in the box, coming with it, a guide. Gonna be your quick user guide, connection guide, good stuff telling you what's what, lithium battery safety, connections, all the good stuff. Coming with it, you're gonna have, looks like a 4-pack of batteries they're throwing in there. Gonna be for your radio, a very small Allen, gonna be for your shocks and all of your hardware. And it looks like you have a bind plug for your receiver. You're gonna get an Axial sticker and the full-on ready to run booklet here. All the guide telling you what's what, the manual, support, any, looks like you got quick links in here, things to go to for some help. Very cool. I have to read through this. I will say this is upgraded from some of the SCX24s. So we'll take a look at that, go through it. I can't wait to see what the difference is between the AX24 and the SCX24 and how much of the platform has actually changed. So I've kind of tried to keep my eyes and ears out of all the mix. I like to build my own kind of assumption, and well, like I said, they're going off of what everybody's been building in the groups that I follow, so I'm interested to see how well they have held up to the standard that, well, everybody wants them to have. So that is also subject to opinion. ready to run is not always going to be your best option, but it will get you on the trail. And more importantly, that's what it's all about. So lastly here, nothing else in the box. Waiting on money to fall out of there, but they didn't send me a paycheck. You're gonna have a new USB wall charger that is upgraded. So, new LiPo wall charger for USB. And then you're gonna have the new Spectrum, I say new, new for the 1/24 micros, the SLT3. So I would assume you're gonna have your functions. This is the dig function for some. I would imagine they have used this as the four-wheel steer function. We'll get more into that. We'll read into the book and check out what's what. So that's what you can expect out of the box. Right out of the package, they're gonna have, I have not found the battery. Actually, they usually stuffing the battery inside. So get all that out of the way and take a better look at, well, the actual platform that we've got. So they have, ooh, it looks like it has magnet and, I'm sorry, it has Velcro and a pivot, but the pivot on the rear also comes with Velcro, so you can completely remove it or you can pivot that thing. And there's gonna be our battery. I see the wires. What do we got here? Okay, so that's kind of cool. They've got, the battery is now tucked away inside the chassis itself. And for those that aren't familiar, this is actually, they would consider this an upright chassis, if I'm not mistaken. It's not a C-channeled chassis, so I'll have to grab one here in a minute and I can explain the difference. Get that out. So there's your battery. It's going to be packed inside. They have, like I said, gave a little, I'm getting ahead of myself, but they have given you a little nook here to tuck the battery away. You have a clip. I'm sure some won't like that, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So you got a clip here that holds your battery into the tray. It does have a little battery tray that tucks it in. But what's neat is, so here's the difference. I'm going to take the battery out. You've seen how the battery goes in? That's how the battery comes out. Put this in, help get that tag out of our way. Your battery's going to plug in right here on top of the receiver. Got your on-off switch. You actually do have two channels, front steering. Looks like a splitter. Just an extender. Okay. So front steering with an extender, rear steering right into the receiver. Then you've got your lights coming out. So it's really cool. You've got your little rock lights poking out down here at the bottom, kind of shining down. They're actually built into these boat sliders. It's kind of neat. I don't know if you can see that or not. Get that sucker flexed over there. You got them right here. They're just gonna, if any of y'all are into 1-for-1, you know that, well, it's nice to have a light shining down on your rock, seeing where your tires are actually grabbing. Out in front of you is great, but when you're crawling and slow moving, you want to see actually directly under you. So that's kind of cool that they've added those in. I really like this thing. It's actually, it's going to be fun to play around with. We've got all the lights, got all the articulation you could ever want and need. Now it's just time to power it on and figure out what kind of power and what kind of control it has. Ultimately, in my opinion, that's kind of the key. You can play around with these things a lot, but the control, I'd be interested to know the difference between the SCX24 receiver and radio versus the AX24. It is very different. I can say right offhand, they're different. They're not the same. So, be interesting to see. They did up their game when they come out with the V2 for the Jeep Gladiator. It was a very much upgraded need. Got a lot of that smooth control back, so I'll be interested to see exactly what they did for the AX24. Got the XC-1 body coming through. Let me grab a quick car. Let's talk about the differences real fast. So, you have the platform of an SCX24. You'll notice it has a C-channeled frame. Both sides, very much like a car. Upright shock risers. I have changed this one around, but you get the point. This is very to a center cradle with the motor, but the shocks actually connect with your chassis. With this, however, it is not the same. It has an upright chassis where the shocks actually fully come to the center, connecting to this one main centerpiece. So it's where you get all of this articulation and flex. Your longer shocks play a role. So, now's the time to go hit the rocks. We just got a whole bunch of ice. Will make for some interesting complications, but we shall see. Maybe Dad can get a snow day. We'll see. It's always worth a try. Have to call the boss. Guys, thanks for watching. It's Four Boys and Their Toys. Keep up with us. You know we'll be giving our post review of, well, how this thing's holding up. Guys, let us know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Let us know that you're there. Be blessed.